races are winding down, ladies and gentlemen. And today, we bring you to the once very popular, but now a very popular abandoned NASCAR track, Nazareth Motor Speedway. For this track being an old track, this 2017 version of the track is actually really good. I haven't tested the AI out here, so maybe they're good, maybe it's bad, who knows. I did not want to stand for the camera angles that was the original Nazareth track that was in, I think it was made in 2004, because that one doesn't have such of the best camera angles, and unfortunately that's going to be the track that we're going to use for the Busch Series race, so yeah. And I don't have camera control master, so I can't fix that. Well, we are here today in Nazareth Motor Speedway, and I forgot what race this was. This is race 18, so we are less than 10 races away from getting into the chase, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, let's go ahead and let's go to the starting lineup. On the pole for today's race will be the number 14 car, Chase Marks. Chase Marks being a on the bubble contender after Chicagoland. After that race, he is sitting 12th place in the point standings. He's gonna have to have a good finish today if he wants to keep up that good streak of, well, at least in the points at least. But he will start alongside Peter on Jack, another driver who is in the top 10 and, well, who's in the chase at this point in time. We got Justin Sagel here in the second row next to JJ Hoferber. John Hart will start next to Dylan Davis. Jeffrey Chevelle will start next to Kyle Jackson. Dylan Skinner will start next to Christopher Owen, last week's pole sitter. Austin Kramer will start next to last week's winner after a very, very crazy finish, Austin Delgado. Nicholas Candano will start next to Joshua Zazuli. TJ Hanley will start alongside Carter Thiessen in the 24. Nico Haas will start next to Paul Kethrow. Eric Kenson will start alongside Fred Bennington. Brandon Kenson will start next to James Bowles in the 39. Andrew Morris will start next to Miles Mashburn, who is still second in points after last week at Chicagoland. Timmy Clusters will start next to Tom Ketton. Patrick Smith will start alongside Skylar Fleming. Rick Gando will start next to J.R. Orchad. Raymond Bradshaw next to Daniel Rickman. Andrew Muffat will start to the inside of Vince Kenson. Matt Martin will start to the inside of Norm Benning. Jimmy Nasca will start to the inside of our points leader, Noah Robb. The last car on the outside row starting in today's race. So a terrible, terrible spot for Noah Robb to be sitting in right now. And in last place is Eli Bright, another driver having a terrible few weeks. Starting in that last for today's race. And with that, let's go ahead and let's get this race underway, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, we hope to God that everybody rolls off the field, but I am not going to restart if there is. If it happens, it happens, and I don't really want to say, oh, the pace car just shot down pit road. Very exciting to see that pace car having some energetic feels for today's race. As the field starts to pull up here, Peter has to get beside that 14 car. Maybe. He's holding up that outside light. There he is. Okay. Pace car's down pit road. Green flag is out in the restart zone. Green flag, green flag, green, green, green. Green flags in the air here in Nazareth. Still double file for the lead. Peter has that nose out on the outside. Looking relatively close to getting that lead out of turn number 1, but with not too much help. That 70 car is not going to get much of anything out of this lap. These cars, ooh, checking up big time in that corner. Peter is losing a lot of spots here at the end of lap 1. Chase Marks will lead this lap. The rest of the drivers here piling their way in. These drivers have a lot of grip, and some of them are even slowing up big time. Points leader Noah Robb's actually getting a ton of spots. Looking like that inside line may have a lot more grip than the outside line does, which may hurt a lot of the drivers. Ooh, that was a checkup and a half. That's going to be something that a lot of these drivers have to watch out for. There's Austin. Ooh! Getting into it with Nico there. His last week's winner just barely nudging his nose into Nico right there. Almost causing a wreck early on in today's race. 3 wide here. I think this may be a little too dangerous for this track to handle. They're looking like it could settle out, but we are keeping an eye on these battles in the back as it is getting pretty intense. Austin has nowhere to go, and last week's winner is dropping spots big time. 57 laps in today's race. Just to say, Gel's up to the 2nd spot. I don't think Justin's that far. Oh no, he's ninth. He's ninth in the points. So we have a couple. We have the top 3 are drivers that are all in the chase as of this moment. 3 wide here. Look at Eli and Noah go up to the front of the field here. Biggest movers of today. Oh, look at that outside line checkup. Now this is why you want to have that inside line, but unfortunately, not a lot of drivers can get there as of right now. Noah is moving his way up to the front of the field. Now look at this. If we're talking at the points battle situation, see the 78 car of Noah Robb moving his way up to the front of the field. Miles is having the opposite day. Started up at the front of the field. Now he is falling to the back of the field. I think he's going to be second to last now, with Skyler making that move underneath him. Now if Tom Ken can get underneath him, he'd be dead last. So it looks like if you really want to make any moves here on this track, the inside line is, of course, the preferred line. But that's like every track in NR 2003, almost. Battles here between Noah Robb and Austin Delgado. What place is Austin in? 27th. So Noah Robb has moved up a ton of spots. Austin just can't get to that bottom line, can he? But he doesn't need to really worry. After that win last week, that spot him into the top 10. And he doesn't have to worry about getting out of the chase. I don't think for a long time, because he's 100 points in the chase as of this moment, if we were to count the spots for the bubbles and all that. Miles got to the inside. Now he's moving on up to the front of the field. James is now up to the down to the last place spot. Austin is not going anywhere. In fact, he's losing way more than he should. Noah has gone for Andrew's in the wall. Andrew McFadden in the 16 got into the wall there. Very close for that 16 car. Luckily, he keeps it clean. And I can't tell if there's right side damage or not, because these cameras don't really any sort of damage. Nope, no cosmetic that I see. So that 16 car got out of the way scam free there. On up through the field here. Got some drivers really working their way through the field. As of right now, it's just Chase Marks and Justin Sagel and John Hart, 1, 2, and 3. There's Jeffrey Chevelle in the 32 up in the 4th place spot. Our Atlanta winner, who's fallen off the face of the earth after his Atlanta win, but he's now starting to get back up towards the front of the field. Austin still on the outside, nowhere to go. Now the thing is, even if Noah finishes ahead of Miles Mashburn, he's still gonna have a hard time getting back up from the 38th. Yeah, 38th was his starting spot. Hard to get back up to 38th all the way up to the front of the field, but we may be able to see that happen. I'm not too sure. It's a big battle up here for the points lead. Although there is only 2 people here, but you know, I'm not gonna talk about that. Christopher Rowan, where is he at? There he is. He is 10th place right now. The reason why I bring this up is because he is 3rd place in points right now. After having such a really consistent few weeks here, he's moved on up to the 3rd place spot. He got the pole last week and led a ton of laps last week. And then went down pit road, and Austin stayed out and won the race. So, and I think even then Chris did get a top 10 out of that. So Chris right now is sitting 3rd place in points. So he's doing good out of everybody that's in the top 3 in points. As Miles is, let's see where Miles is at. Miles is, well, we just passed Austin. Here's Miles sitting in the 31st, can't even speak English, 31st position. Miles Mashburn is sitting in right now. He still has a lot of time though, with 13 laps going to be completed when they cross the line. They'll have 44 laps to go. Meanwhile, we have Noah Robb here, our current points leader, 23rd in the race right now. Can't even speak English, like I said. But the thing that we have to keep an eye out for is these drivers that are not so far behind Noah Rob and Miles in the points battle, which is Christopher Owen in the 3rd spot, JR Orchad in the 1 car. Let me see where he's at. All the way back here. Yep, that's JR. So he's not even doing too well either. And Austin, who was maybe starting to get a comeback going for this season, now has to fight his way through last place, as he has to battle through all these drivers and hope to God that Fred Bennington can stick his nose underneath the driver, because that outside line is shown to be not a place where you want to be. The outside line is definitely not the place where you want. Ooh, that got real tight between Fred Bennington and J.R. Orchad. Nearly got into the quarter panel on the 1 car right there, but to keep it clean and straight for now at least. The one thing that a lot of these drivers need to hope for is an early caution so they can get whatever they need done quick. Noah is continuing to move up through the field, however, which is helping him in points for extending the points lead at least. The thing is, we are running a chase format, so this little battle here wouldn't really help them so well. I think the only thing that we really got to worry about is the bubble battle, I guess you would say, which is 12th and 13th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. Those 3 positions are the most important battles that we will see here in this series for the next, I want to say, 8 to 10 weeks. So in 11th place in points is JJ Hoferber, the Verizon IndyCar Series champion, sitting in the top 10 but losing positions as we speak. 11th place is he's in 11th place. Chase Marks, our current leader, is sitting in 12th. So Chase Marks will get the most points out of this race, which would mean a lot, especially if he wants to get into the chase. He's going to need to have some very consistent 8 weeks, because we're down to 8 races before the chase. The chase starts on race 26, and we'll move on through the rest of the season. And we may have some news coming in as well. We may extend to 36 races this season and not 34. I think we had either 32 or 34 races this season, but we may, just maybe, find some. We may find two more, if not 4 more. Can't remember. Actually, I'll look at that right now, because I keep forgetting. Okay, so it's 34. So we would have to have two more tracks, which I could possibly find. And we'll add those to the chase before we head into Homestead. Chase Marks leads with 22 laps completed, and we would have 35 to go. So far, he's kept that gap pretty slim with Justin Sagel. Jeffrey Chevelle got up to the 3rd place spot, so it's not a all chase contenders 1, 2, and 3. Jeffrey Chevelle trying to I don't think it's possible for Jeffrey to get back up to the top 15 in points. I think the only thing that he could really muster is a top 20, maybe. Let's see, where is he in points? Jeffrey Chevelle, 17th in points. However, he's 431 back from the leader and over 100 from the bubble mark. And especially with the bubble driver leading this race, That's gonna not help him in the slightest if Jeffrey Chevelle wants to get into the chase itself. May be able to find 2 more tracks here in the KickStart series circuit. I mean, this series is pretty popular on this channel, which is saying something considering these cars don't look that good at all, but we're not going to talk about that. We will see pit stops, which may cause an incident considering how close these drivers are together. John Hart in the 33 is back up to the 3rd spot. Dylan Davis gets into the wall there. Solid 27 get into the wall there, but it's all good there through the field on back. There's our points leader, Noah Robb, 22nd right now. Eli Bright starting to gain more positions. There's 2nd place in points, Miles Mashburn, farther in the field. Where is, okay, Austin's moving his way on the front of the field, and he's really putting the bumper to everybody. He just bumped and run Paul Kethrow, that 66 car. So he's really trying to get back up to the front of the field. I wouldn't blame him. A bad finish by Austin could really hurt him in points. And I mean really hurt him. 30 laps to go when they cross this line. I want to say we will have the halfway point next time by, I think. I believe so. It'll be relatively close to, I think it'll be halfway. Yeah, it's halfway right now, actually. Got that long line of cars here that are clustered up together. Peter is in the top 10 after starting in 2nd. And where did Chris fall to? The 00 car. He fell to 11th, right behind Peter. John Hart making a move for the 2nd spot, maybe? That could really hurt Justin if he gets on that outside and can't get back to the inside as quick as he possibly can. Depending on what, side by side for the 2nd spot. Justin Sagel better get back to that inside real quick, or he's not. Okay, that's gonna happen. I was gonna say if it doesn't happen, that 19 car is not gonna be in the top 5 for long. John Hart, the 33 is up to the 2nd spot, but can he get to the 1st? Chase Marks has had a fast car pretty much all day today. The real question is, will he be able to have that dominance in the 2nd half of the race? As of right now, we can just say that the chase is getting more and more intense as these battles continue to get more clustered, I guess you want to say. As Noah Robb and Miles battle for their points lead, the bubble position, of course, the last spot to get into the chase is one of the most important battles you will ever have. We will find that out here in a little bit, but we're going to take a commercial break here halfway to the checkered flag here at Nazareth. You're watching the NASCAR Mountain Dew Kickstarter Series live from Nazareth. We'll be back in a moment on the PRN Big Racing Network.
Turn left in 200 feet. Turn left in 200 feet.
Hello?
Hi, honey, it's Mom.
I'm a little busy here, Mom.
Okay, honey, be sure and buckle up. Bye.
Traffic ahead. Off route. Recalculating. Turn left in 200 feet. Arriving at the finish line.
Garmin. Don't just get there. Arrive.
Alright. Let's get something done today, shall we? Oh, what the fuck? Microsoft. Because every time you click on something, we're gonna crash on you. Buy us now.
Don't go into the grass. Don't go into turn 3. Don't go into turn 3. God, no. Jerry, don't go into turn 3. Think of your wife. Think of your kids. Don't do it, Jerry. You have so much to live for. Don't go into turn 3. Jerry! Jerry! Why'd you do it, Jerry? Why'd you go into turn 3? We told you not to. No! Jerry! Kentucky Speedway, the most dangerous corner in NASCAR. Dramatic commercial is dramatic. Fuck me.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Nazareth Motor Speedway. Chase Marks dominates the first half, and he's trying to dominate the second half here. The most important race, probably, of Chase Marks' career, as he is trying his hardest to get up from 12th, which, by the way, is the last spot in the chase, with no exception to that whatsoever. It's 12th. If you are 13th or lower, you're not in the chase. First to 12, there will only be 12 drivers in the chase. It'll be the craziest chase or the craziest series that we will ever have for the final 10 races of the season. Which means we still have 8 races left until the chase starts. Means 8 races left for the drivers that are in 10th through 15th. They can make something happen. They can almost make something happen. They're going to need some luck in order to get into the chase. They're not just going to need wins. They're going to need a lot of top 5s and hope to God that a lot of the drivers behind them in the points and also above them, near them, like a couple positions above them, do bad as well. We actually have a battle for the lead here momentarily. John Hart's looking underneath Chase Marks on the 41st lap. Side by side for the lead. He's getting real close to it. Looking real close. Can he make a move in this quarter? He's looking underneath. He looks underneath. John Hart's looking underneath. 14. Can he get him? Down the backstretch they go. Who has the better runoff speed? With the grip on the outside, it may hurt Chase Marks, and it does. John Hart, number 33, new leader. And Jeffrey Chavella, the 32, making another move for the second spot. Chase Marks losing ground. That's not what that 14 car needed at all. That is not what Chase Marks needed at all. So with that, we have 14 laps to go here in today's race. There will be a video coming out maybe this week, if not next week, on the news. And maybe you're watching this, maybe you're going to actually watch this to this lap and maybe actually hear this part. If not, skip it all the way to the end. And yeah. But anyway, the news has been broke out that there are going to be 2 more races in this series. When will they occur? They will occur in the middle of the chase. I want to say race 30 and 31 will now have to scoot down. Like the tracks that are on race 30 and 31 are going to have to scoot down a couple spots. Which are Pocono and Armory Digital Super Speedway. They're going to have to scoot down, make some room for 2 more tracks. There may be a video on that coming out sometime either this week or next week. But in any case, John Hart in the 33 car leads with 11 laps to go over Jeffrey Chevelle in the 32 car. Dylan Davis in the 21 in third. Let's actually get a quick rundown on the field. There's Timmy Clusters in the 81. He won Daytona all the way back in the first race of the season, then fell off. And he's all the way back in like last place in points. There's Chase Marks, dominator of today's race. Alongside of him is J.J. Overberg. Two drivers on the bubble, as I say. There's Dylan Skinner running 7th. Austin Kramer in the 8th place spot. Justin St. Gel in 9th. Peter in 10th. There's Chris in 11th. I think that's Brendan Kenton in the 89. Oops. Let me go back. Patrick Smith in the 67 car back here as well. Gonna run down through the field. Noah Robs in the top 20. Oh, he's just managed to get his way to the top 20 after starting last place on the outside line. Miles is gaining up spots. So is Eli Bright, who started dead last. Austin's fallen back. He fell back way too much in this race, and after winning last week, this is not going to feel great for that 42 car. And James Bowles all the way back in the dead last position. I don't think anybody's out of the race. Nope, nobody's out of the race. We haven't had a driver actually out of the race in quite some time. We've had some crashes in the last few weeks, but I haven't seen any drivers like just blow it up randomly. I think it just jinxed a couple drivers, but hope to God we don't. Hope to God that we don't jinx anybody. Let's just hope to God that we don't jinx anybody, because that would be bad. That would be bad if we accidentally ended up jinxing somebody because of my jinxiness. Yep. We have 7 laps to go here. John Hart can coast here, I want to say. I don't really want to say that, as he's not pulling away by much. He's not pulling away by much, but he is starting to keep... He's holding that gap a little less than a second over Jeffrey Chevelle. So now the series has gone up to a 36 race thing here. I can't even speak English like I said. So next week we go to the track Too Tough to Tame, Darlington Motor Speedway. It's going to be quite the race, and we're going to see some drivers possibly getting that Darlington stripe that is most famously known at that track. We go to another short, well, I don't want to say another because Darlington's not really much of a short track now, is it? But we go to Martinsville, so it's going to be a lot of heavy braking for these next couple of drivers, or the next couple of weeks here. Then for the last few races, we're going to have get the final pieces of road course action after Kentucky, the 21st race of the KickStart series. We will have Mid-Ohio, Canadian Tire, and Watkins Glen, and then after that we will finish off. We will finish off the regular season at Talladega, where last time we went there, Noah Robb got his first career win after a pretty intense final few laps. I will say that. And then the first race in the chase will be Rockingham. And then the rest of the schedule will be announced once we get to Rockingham. I will actually announce the rest of the schedule when we actually get to Rockingham, the first race in the chase. For now, the two race tracks that are still to be announced will be announced when that video comes out sometime this week, if not next week. As the white flag is out for the 33 car at John Hart, he can his crew could just already start celebrating, because there's no way that 32 car is going to chase him down. John Hart, I believe, has won a race this season already, but I could be wrong on that. Took the lead after Chase Marks dominated the first half of the race, but now John Hart will go to victory lane here at Nazareth, and this will be a confidence booster for John Hart as he wins at Nazareth. Great race here at Nazareth Motor Speedway, as always. Final results here. John Hart wins it. Jeffrey Chevelle in second. Timmy Clusters in third. Dylan Davis fourth. JJ Hoferberg with a 5th place spot. Chase Marks will still get a nice top 10 out of that. Austin Kramer finishes 7th. Justin St. Gel in 8th. Dylan Skinner 9th. And Peter will round out your top 10. Our points leader Noah Robb will finish off today in the top 20, at least in 20th position. That'll help him gain some points. Last week's winner, Austin Delgado, falls to 34th spot after starting up at the front of the field. That outside line being evil. Last place being number 39 of James Bowles. No one went a lap down, nor did anybody get out of the race. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we say thank you all so much for watching the KickStart race live from Nazareth. We will go to Darlington next week, and we hope for a great race there as always. We will see you next week at Darlington. Have a good one, everybody.